All right, I think I'm live. There we go. All right, reset it again. Okay, then that was kind of loud. I don't know if that was loud for y'all. Oh man. All right. As we're rolling, okay, I think I'm live right now. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Am I lagging? Did anything happen? Anything happen at all? I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick because I'm still kind of sick. So okay, y'all can hear me. Let me make sure y'all can hear me really well. Okay, this is on max. All right, I'm gonna pull the microphone closer to me. So we're gonna wait for. This is like a pre-stream actually, but I'm at lunch. Oh, I forgot people have school today. I forgot. I don't have school today. I don't have school today, but basically what's happening right now is there is about to be a pretty significant tornado outbreak. This is a very, very rare occurrence. We have a 5 out of 5, a high risk. You don't hear people say that often. There is a high risk of severe weather today, and it is driven by tornadoes. A 30% hatched risk area. A hatched risk, a 30% hatched risk area in a 25 miles of a given location. So basically, if you're in this 30% hatched area, you are in a 30% hatch risk area from an EF2, not even EF2, I would say EF3 or plus tornado from a 25 mile of a given location. So it could be 25 miles, away from your house and stuff. Like this is a very, very dangerous day, very dangerous situation that is about to unfold here. You don't see this often at all. Ryan Hall, yep. Hey, I don't see this shirt is not from Ryan Hall. By the way, if you guys are wondering, this shirt I bought it off another website. It's a really good shirt, or not shirt, hoodie. Sorry. I know Ryan wears it though. I think he wore it in his like earlier live streams, but yeah, it's about to get real significant though. Let me not get sidetracked. So we have a 30% hatch risk for significant tornadoes today. EF3 plus tornadoes. So I'm gonna read this summary to you guys real quick. Like I said, if I sound a little like iffy and stuff, then that is because I'm sick and stuff. And I apologize for that. And I apologize for, not streaming for the past couple of days. Like I said, I've been sick. I've been busy and stuff. So, but let's get into this. Let's read the summary. So, on the top of the summary right here, I'm going to read this right here. You see this highlighted? I'm going to read this. A regional outbreak of severe weather with multiple, listen to the wording, multiple intense tornadoes or intense EF3 plus long track tornadoes. That is some strong wording right there. Multiple intense EF3 plus. EF3 or plus. So EF3 to EF5 tornadoes that are long tracked as well as very large hail and severe thunderstorm gusts expected over parts of South Central Plains from this afternoon through evening. That is the wording for that, and it's really, it's not good at all. Like when you hear wording like that, that is not good. You are expecting a tornado outbreak or some sort of severe weather outbreak. You are expecting it. Like I said, there has been a high risk. This is very rare. You don't hear people say this often. A high risk for severe weather. A 5 out of 5. It doesn't get any higher than this. It does not get any higher than this. This is the maximum right here. So we gotta take this seriously. Share this to people. I'm not gonna be live. This is a pre-stream. I'm not gonna be live for like too long with this. This is just a pre-stream on like explaining the ingredients and what's happening. But I'm gonna go live for the longer live stream. That is gonna be around 4 p.m. It's 1:05 p.m. right now for me Eastern. That means it is 12 p.m. Central for people that are in the high risk, like in Oklahoma and stuff. So, like I said, the storms will probably start around like 3 p.m. in your area, Central time, by the way. And yeah, you anybody in the high risk or even a moderate risk and the enhanced risk, you need to take this seriously. You need to take this day seriously because there's going to be a lot of significant and possibly even violent tornadoes today. Because that's their wording. I'm not saying this to scare anybody. That's the wording that I have read and I've seen the National Weather Service post. Multiple, like I said, it said it right here. Multiple intense EF3 plus long track tornadoes are possible today. So you need to take this seriously. Not only that, you have gigantic hail that's probably going to be, happening in some areas as well with the supercells. I'm trying to like skim through this and see if I see any. Whatever imagery like this morning shows a potent mid to upper level through lower level or low over the Central Rockies with a spread max. Okay, it's just talking about the mid and lower level jet stream, which we're gonna get into that in a moment. Actually, we'll get into that in a moment. Let's see. Intentional thunderstorm development is likely as the upper forcing images. Images, yeah, that's how I say it. On the northwestern possibility of moist, unstable sector across the central high plains, western Kansas and Nebraska. I think that's for the northern part of the storm. Let's. I'm trying to see the part where it talks about Oklahoma, because I think that's the most concerning area where the high risk is at. It's the most concerning area. Yeah, this is gonna be a very intense day today. I might have to read. Maybe all right. When the watch comes out, I'll read it to you guys. All right. So let's just go over the risk area. Like I said, let's talk about who's in and who's out. So the people that are in the high risk, okay, the high risk for today, you have Oklahoma City, Norman, Oklahoma, Edmond, Oklahoma, Midwest City, Oklahoma, and Moore, Oklahoma. Also, parts of Kansas, southern Kansas, south central Kansas actually is in the high risk. Like, extreme south Kansas. You are in a high risk. I would say Wichita, you're basically in high risk. But you're in a moderate risk. Let's read the moderate risk area. So moderate risk includes Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, Lawton, Oklahoma, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and Hitchinson, Kansas. I think that's how you say it. Hitchinson, Kansas. You are in the moderate risk. Like I said, in Wichita, you're basically in the high risk at this point. Like, regardless, moderate risk or high risk, you need to take this seriously. Because in moderate risk days, you get significant tornadoes as well. But today is a day where if you get a storm by itself and it has the ingredients to itself, it is probably going to be a very, very long track storm for a long time. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Like I said, it's gonna be a very dangerous day today. Also, the enhanced risk includes Kansas City, Missouri, Lincoln, Nebraska, Overland Park, Kansas, Springfield, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. So basically, the entire Kansas City area is in the enhanced risk, which also needs to be watched because there's a 10% hatched area for significant tornadoes as well. Like I said, the enhanced, the moderate, and the high. You gotta watch it, bro. I'm telling you, you gotta watch it. Even in the slight risk area, the marginal risk, you can get tornadoes, but nothing near as strong as what you're gonna get in the enhanced, moderate, and high, and possibly even a slight risk as well. If you're in a slight risk, you need to take precautions as well. You need to get ready, get your plans ready. This goes for the entire risk area. It doesn't matter if you're a high risk or in a marginal risk. Get your plans ready, okay? Because you are going to experience some sort of severe weather today, okay? Like I said, specifically in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and a little bit of Texas as well. It's not that, Texas isn't really in the risk like all that much, but you still got to watch Texas just in case because storms can develop anywhere and anytime in this area at this point. But yeah, you guys need to watch this. And this is the tornado risk right here. A 30% hatch area. 30% hatch risk. This goes up to 40, or no, this goes up to 60. This goes up to 60. But we have a 30%. That is, it's making its way up there. It's getting pretty close. I don't think it's gonna be a 45% area. I hope to goodness there isn't. But Right now we're at a 30% hashed area, which is not good at all. You don't see this often. Like I said, this is very rare. Oops, I don't know what happened there. This is very rare. This doesn't happen often. But yeah, 30% hashed area. They have a 15% hatch area, which is also pretty rare. It's happened multiple times this year, but it's still pretty rare because you don't, it's not your average risk. Okay. And then you have the 10% hashed area, which, like I said, it's a hashed area. It's still, it's still a risk for significant tornadoes today. So you definitely still need to watch that very, very carefully. Even if you're not in the hashed area, if you're in the 5%, the regular 10% area, I think Kansas City, Kansas City's in the regular 10% area. Definitely watch that. Also, the Oklahoma City area, the entire area. Actually, no, the entire state of Oklahoma. You need to watch this. I don't care where you are in Oklahoma. You need to watch this very carefully because you're basically, the entire state is basically in the risk for significant tornadoes today. So like if you're in Oklahoma at all, you gotta take precautions. You gotta make a plan now, cause it's gonna get really bad later. Just so you know. Like this isn't, they're not forecasting this just for fun or anything. Like this is serious. You gotta take this serious. You gotta make plans. You gotta charge your phones. You gotta do everything. Make sure you have batteries, a no weather radio or something. Have something that can warn you. Like if you have your notifications off on your phone, turn those on. Cause I know some people be having their those notifications turned off. You gotta turn those on. You gotta do a lot. You gotta do a lot. I'm telling you. You have a 45% hashed area for damaging winds, and a 30% hashed area for damaging winds, and a 15% area of hatch risk for damaging winds. And these are the regions, like I said, that are in the risk. This is east of where the biggest tornado threat is at. So we definitely do have a wind risk. Probably 80-mile-per-hour winds is probably going to happen today. Probably going to happen because there's going to be a big squall line with this too. Then you have the hail risk. The hail risk is also very high. There's a lot of risk today. The entire, all hazards are likely. They're all 45%. Well, except for the tornado risk, but 30% is basically like a 45% risk for hail and damaging winds. All hazards are likely, and significant hazards are also likely too. So that is the area. Hopefully y'all got the gist. Hopefully I explained it well to you guys. But like I said, if I sound a little muggy, it's because I'm still sick. Sorry. But yeah, that is the high risk area. So let's go to, okay, here we go. I think they're about to issue a tornado. Yep, here we go. So they're about to get ready to issue a particularly dangerous situation tornado watch. Another very rare occurrence that doesn't happen. It happened the other day, but this is still rare. This is what, 2 times now this year? 2 times. Yeah, a PDS tornado watch is likely to be issued in the early afternoon for Oklahoma, Kansas, and a little bit of Texas. You are in this risk. So you need to take this seriously. This is a probability watch of 90% chance. I'm gonna read the analysis. PDS tornado watch issuance will be needed ahead of this portion of dry line during the early afternoon. At least a few long track discrete supercells are expected, becoming capable of producing intense EF3 tornadoes or EF3 plus tornadoes. As you can see, that's the wording right here. If y'all want to read that for yourself, this is the wording right here. But yes, these storms has a chance to produce EF3 plus tornadoes today. Okay? You gotta take that seriously. But that is the wording for that. So that's why they are going to issue a tornado watch, because they think that there is a very real chance of significant tornadoes today. Like I said, if you were in this circle, I'm going to name some of the towns. Alva, Oklahoma, Anthony, Kansas, Pratt, Kansas, Dodge City, Kansas, Great Bend, Kansas, Elk City, Oklahoma, Harbor, Oklahoma, Chickasha, Oklahoma, Altus, Oklahoma, Lawton, Oklahoma, Vernon, Texas, Childress, Texas, Canadian, Texas, and in Oklahoma, and in I guess you can include Norman, Moore, in Oklahoma City. If I just called out your names or your town names, you got to take this seriously, because you're probably going to be under a particularly dangerous situation tornado watch in a moment here. So take this seriously. This is a very, it's going to be a very active day today. It's gonna be a lot. So take that seriously. Let's go to the models actually, so I can show you guys why they issued the high risk for this area and why they're about to issue a PDS tornado watch. So basically, what's happening is you see how it's just clearing right here. Actually, let's look at the thermodynamics real quick. Let's look at the temperatures. So this is the temperatures for today, right? So we are gonna go to, what is it? It's 1 p.m. So this is 1 p.m. 80-degree temperatures. And the temperatures are going to start rising over here in Kansas and stuff, in Oklahoma, where the high risk is at. The high risk is in this area right here. If I take a sounding, right? Y'all see this right here? Do you see this? You see how this red line curves like this right here? That is the indication of wind shear. You know, you have pretty decent wind shear in the atmosphere. You have your lower level jet stream. Actually, we're going to get into that in a moment. You have your lower level jet stream that's moving, you know, I think northeast, I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's check the wind things. I'm still learning how to read this, by the way, so I might have a little bit of trouble. I know this is the dew point, so the green is the dew point, and the red is the temperature. And as you can see, like I took a sounding right here, it curves. When it curves like this, that's not good. That is literally a, you know, showing a risk. This is not a confirmed sounding or anything. This is not, you know, a sounding from the National Weather Service. It's just a sounding I just took to just look at the environment. But that was a sounding for northern Oklahoma, and it's showing a tornado risk, as you can see. And as we go further into the day, this is around 3 p.m. So temperatures increase significantly right here. As you can see, they increase 80, look, almost 90-degree temperatures in some areas in western Oklahoma, and in 70s and 60s in north central Oklahoma and southern Kansas. Then you get your supercells. You see this? You see how it's like dense in like the temperatures? Those are your supercell thunderstorms forming. And they are taking advantage of the atmosphere right now. The atmosphere is extremely prime. Look at that. Multiple supercells can start to develop in Oklahoma, northern Oklahoma, and start moving basically east. So, yeah, as you can see, the daylight heating is going, man, this is, wow. This is not looking good. Actually, let's look at the, we'll look at the dew points. All right, this is 850 millibar winds. This is 1 p.m. The winds do start to increase right here. Oh, man. Yeah, look at that. This is around 6 p.m., though. Look at that. Look at these winds. Increased tornado threat right here. Oh, no, I think these are lower level winds, are they? No, they're not. Okay. Wait, where is the dew point? There they are. This is what I wanted to see right here, the dew points. This is the dew points. As you can see, the dew points start to rise significantly. This is around right now. This is the time right now, actually. Well, this is Eastern, so back this up an hour. This is 12 p.m. And as you can see, the dew points are starting to rise. And they're going to keep rising. Look at that. Significant dew points, 60s and 70s in Oklahoma and Kansas. That is going to cause, like, that is basically food for the severe tornadoes that is going to happen out here. Look, wow, look at that dry line. That dry line is insane. Wow. Okay. You can see the storms literally eat up the dew points right here. If you watch this closely, like watch where the high risk area is at in northern Oklahoma. Watch how the dew points just dive down. See how they just dive down? That's the storms eating it up. That's all the storms eating it up right there. Look at that. Like I said, you have the dew points. Let's see, what else do you have? You have, actually no, that's the wrong thing. Sorry. All right. I might look at. Let me see. I might look at Let me see. I might go to a model real quick. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining it too well for you guys. I know it's a lot for me right now. Like I said, I'm still a little sick. Let's go to HRRR on here and let's see what this looks like. Okay, this is temperatures. I want to switch that actually. Let's go to this. Nope, that's dew points or humidity. Let's look at the I want to look at the jet stream. Let's look at the all right, 850 millibar winds. So this is, let's see, where is the timing of this at? Monday. Okay, this is Monday. Where's the time for this at? Is this? I mean, regardless, this looks insane. Look at the wind shear right there. I'm assuming this is around the time now. This is, yeah, it's not showing me the time for this, but basically what you're looking at here, this is for today, by the way. This is for today. I'm trying to see the timing so I can like tell y'all the timing for this, because timing is really important right now. But I'm gonna just say this is, all right, just say this is just now. I'm gonna say this is now. This is what it looks like now. It's going to increase. You have wind shear right here. In the high risk area, you have significant wind shear. It keeps increasing, by the way. It's going to keep increasing because that's what it does. It always increases when it goes on like further into the day. Look at that. You see how it increases? Okay, this is probably around the time where the supercells start to develop right here. See how there's like little like open, yeah. All right, these areas right here. Wow, look at that. Your lower level jet stream just spikes around the time these storms form. So this is probably around 4 or 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time, by the way. Around this time, you can see the supercells are going to have an environment where they can rotate. You can see the winds right here. The winds are moving due north. They're moving due north, right? They're moving due north. This is the lower level jet stream, by the way. Let's go to the mid-level jet. Mid-level jet, they're moving northeast. You know what that does? That creates a curve. It creates a counterclockwise, or a curve, yeah. You know how the supercells curve? Like, you know how they curve like that? You know how I talked about the debris balls and how, you know, the supercell is rotating counterclockwise, and it like, you know, when a tornado develops, it curves like down. It's like a hook shape. That's what it's showing right now. That's what it's sounding. Actually, if you take a sounding right now, this is what I mean by the curve. Right here, look at this, tornado, right here. It says tornado. You see how this is a sounding right here. This is it curving down like this. You see how this curves? This is what I mean. This has the potential to produce, you know, a lot of tornadoes today. Let's go down to this area. Let's see the holographic. Yeah, PDS tornado. It says it, PDS tornado. So the sounding right here, it's like I said, another curve. When you see a curve like this, you know how the tornadoes curve? You know, they have these hook shapes. That's what it's showing right now. 77 degrees, dew point 68 degrees. And you're definitely going to have a lot of moisture. All right, you're definitely going to have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. Man, this is, jeez, this is not good though. It's a lot to explain. I'm going to do a video one day on explaining on how to read a sounding, but basically what I was just looking at was the, you know, the sounding of the environment down here. Like I said, the wind shear is extremely high down here, and like I said, everywhere I click in Oklahoma, there's a curve, there's a little hook shape in the atmosphere. So yeah, these winds are moving due northeast, and the lower level jet stream winds is moving due north. So that creates a curve, a hook shape. So you got to watch that. And this is the 500 millibar winds. And you see how this is dipping this way? This is a negatively tilted trough right here. Negatively tilted trough. It's pointing this way. When you have a negatively tilted trough, you are more than likely going to have a lot of severe weather with it. What this means, right? So if I were to play this back like earlier, all right, it's still negatively tilted actually now as I'm looking at it. But earlier it was positively tilted, and then it went neutrally tilt, and then it went negatively tilt. Positively tilted is where I wish I had the arrow thing or the marker thing so I could show y'all. But a positively tilted trough, you see how this is pointing this way? It's pointing to the right. Positively tilted points to the left. And you see how there's like a big divot in like the purple, like this. That is, you know, that's how you can tell if it's a trough or not. Just these big, you know, big storm systems is basically what it is. But earlier, like yesterday, it was pointing this way. It's positively tilted. Then it went neutrally tilted, and now it's negatively tilted. And when you get negatively tilted troughs, an abundance of moisture is going to shoot up in front of the storm, and you have the wind shear. You have the wind shear of this as well. The wind shear in the environment is also, you know, it's going to be is going to support basically the storms, severe thunderstorms, and possibly even tornadic storms as well. And right now, what's happening is that, like I said, it's a negatively tilted trough. It's pulling up a lot of moisture into Oklahoma and Kansas, exactly where the high risk is at. And it's going to increase the threat for significant tornadoes. As you can see, you have the lower level jet stream, it's there. You have the mid level jet stream, it's also there. These are the two important ingredients as well. One's pointing one way and one's pointing the other way. One's pointing north, one is pointing northeast. Like I said, when you get that mixing in like the jet streams and stuff, you get yourself a tornado risk right there. So you gotta watch that really carefully. Another thing I want to point out is let's check on the check on the dew points. This is the dew points from the atmosphere. As you can see, an abundance of dew points right here. 68. This is going into the 70s actually. Yeah, this is going into the 70s. So some areas, look at that. Yeah, 70s. Look, 71 in northern Oklahoma, where the high risk is at. Not good at all. This is basically moisture for the storms and all that. Let's check the where is it at? I want to check the Cape. What is the Cape levels on this? Actually, look at cloud cover as well. Let's get cloud cover. Is there? Let me check something real quick. Let me. I'm gonna open my weather, my Radar Omega app real quick, and I want to check the cloud cover and see what it looks like. Because if there's not a lot of cloud cover, then that is not going to be good at all. Because that is just going to support even more, even more of a bigger tornado threat. And you have an abundance of storm chasers down here as well. We have a lot of storm chasers today. Storms are already popping off in Kansas already, western Kansas. It's going to be a squall line probably that's going to form. Already severe thunderstorm warnings, already tornado possibles on these already. Like I said, we're not going to do live coverage yet. I'm going to start a new live stream around 4 p.m. more than likely. If not, if things start to go crazy earlier, I will go live earlier. But this is just a pre-stream, and I'm just explaining everything that's happening right now. Like I said, we have a very long day ahead of ourselves, and I gotta check all this. So let's check the current satellite. This is the current satellite. This is the cloud cover. So far, it looks like there's a pretty decent amount of cloud cover in the high risk area, as you can see. Man, it's crazy, high risk. But like I said, high risk areas right here. Like I said, the people that are in it: Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, Chickasha, all those areas. Stillwater, Ponca City, Pawnee, and what is this? Arkansas City, Kansas. Basically basically the southern part of Kansas. Like if you're a central, but like points south, central Kansas points south basically, or Wichita points south. You're in high risk. But like I said, there is some cloud cover that's covering this, as you can see. Actually, let me pull out my my pencil. All this gray is cloud cover. That's good, but at the same time, I don't think it's gonna prevent from the event, not happening. The event is gonna happen. It's gonna wind up happening. But like I said, there's a little bit of clearing in some areas possibly. Like you see how there's like patches right here? It's a little bit of clearing. If these clouds clear up and the sun shines out, that's not good. Because that is going to, provide more moisture, more, unstable air in the atmosphere. And that's going to provide more of a chance of violent tornadoes happening. So you got to watch these carefully. Like I said, if I was a storm chaser, of course I'll be in high risk, but I will point myself up in this area right here because I think this is the area that needs to be watched a lot. Like I said, Oklahoma City, you're in a high risk still. Don't even, think you're safe from this because you see the storms form to your north. You're nowhere near safe from this. These storms will come down to you. Okay, the entire high risk area, these storms will come to you. You're not out of the risk. You're in the highest risk possible actually for severe weather today. So you gotta take this seriously. Like I said, there is cloud cover and it looks like it's fizzling out. So if this does fizzle out and the sun does shine through, it's going to provide a unstable atmosphere, and it is going to, it's going to be a bad day in Oklahoma. That's what I'm trying to say. I checked the HRR. If you want to further zoomed in view of this, you guys can look at it. So I'm zooming into the high risk area specifically. And like I said, you already have storms. Like I said, look at these discrete supercells. We gotta watch this one carefully as well. Look at that, a discrete supercell back there. Oh man, yeah, that's not good. You see how these storms are hooking on the models? If it's hooking on the models, that is just not good at all. Like, it is showing that the environment's favorable for tornadoes. It is showing that. Look at that. Discrete. These are discrete supercells. Not a line. These are by themselves. Look at this. Look at the storm south of Wichita. This is not what it's going to look like exactly in the future, but this is just giving us an idea of what it's going to look like possibly. And as you can see, it is, the discreteness was unreal earlier. This is 8 p.m., so they're going to, you know, become more linear. But there's still a big tornado threat with this. Like I said, Oklahoma City, you're not out of this. Man, look at that. More discrete storms are going to get close to Oklahoma City. Yeah, that's from... Alright, basically, this is... Alright, so I'm going to go live around maybe 4 p.m. 3:30 to 4 p.m. around that time, I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live again around that time. 3:30 to 4 p.m. Because, yeah, these storms start to increase significantly around this time. And it's not going to end for a long time. I won't be able to go live all night because I do have school tomorrow, but I will be live for the majority of this event. So... man, significant event that's going to unfold here. I might end stream in a moment actually, so I can get ready, get myself ready. You know, I gotta eat some stuff before this crazy event happens. I gotta do other stuff. So, but like I said, you guys in Oklahoma and Kansas, you gotta take this seriously because you are in a very dangerous situation. Like I said, a particularly dangerous situation. Tornado watch is going to be issued for your area. So you definitely need to like have your plans right now. Like you have to keep your phone charge everything that needs to be charged. Have flashlight, batteries, everything. You gotta have everything. And if you have a basement, make sure you take all that in the basement. You gotta stay safe because I'm telling you, there's going to be a long track tornado today, possibly. Well, if not possibly, then likely. Because from what I'm hearing from the National Weather Service, it seems like there's going to be big time tornadoes today. So, like I said, I'm going to stop like yapping so much. This is the current watches and warnings right now. No, the PDS tornado watch is not issued yet, which is good. But they're probably going to issue it in a little bit. So, don't let your guard down. This entire area, actually, don't let your guard down. That's in the high risk. Like I said, I'm going to show the high risk one more time. So I can show the people that are in the risk. Also, actually, before I show you the high risk, this is tomorrow. Man, it's just... I think we're going live tomorrow, too. 10% SIG in Ohio. A 10% significant risk in Ohio for tornadoes tomorrow. So we're gonna go live tomorrow as well. And also a significant hail risk. So there's another enhanced risk for 10% significant tornado risk. And this is getting close to my area too. Wow. Then you have another big day that's going to happen on, what is this, Wednesday? Wednesday, Thursday? I think this is Wednesday. Another big day of severe weather. Probably a moderate risk is going to be issued in this area. So, hey, we got to watch this real carefully. This is a multi-day, possibly multi-day tornado outbreak that is going to occur. And then you also have another 15% area right here. And then I'm in the 15% area, actually. That's kind of crazy. So I might go live. Either I go live, or if the storms form in my area, I'm going to go storm chasing. So, yeah. Right here, 15% area for basically the mid-Atlantic all the way down to the southeast. We're going to talk more about that, actually, maybe in a future video. But for right now, we're focusing on today, because today is the big daddy day. High risk, like I said. High risk right here. So definitely got to take a note of this. But How long have I been live for? I think I've been live for 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. So I am gonna end stream. I'm gonna have a time actually, or I'm actually gonna set up the stream probably now and like get ready for this event because this is probably gonna be a pretty significant event. Like I said, I'm gonna go live around like 4 ish. Yeah, 3:30 to 4. And if not, if anything doesn't happen, then 4:30. All right, 4:30 is my my max. I'll be live around that time, and I will be covering this entire event until I can't anymore. Basically, like I said, dangerous day ahead. 1 million people are in the high risk. By the way, almost 2 million people actually are in the high risk, and almost 3 million people is in the moderate risk as well. So you gotta take note of this. It's a lot of people in this risk today. So I'm gonna end the stream. I'll be live around 3:30 to 4, if not 4:30, around that time. So between 3:30 to 4:30, I'll be live. Basically, I'll be live around that time, and I'll be live all the way until I can't no more. So I will see you guys later. And like I said, for those of you that are in the risk area, get ready to take shelter in your areas. Get your plans ready. Get your get everything ready. If you want to leave the state, you can leave the state. Like you just get out of the path of any of these storms because it's gonna be significant storms today. Okay. I'm gonna end the stream here. I will see you guys in a couple of hours. Get ready. This is gonna be a very long live stream. And I'll see you guys then. Till next time. Peace out.